What is good, JayMike Tech Talk, and today, guys, it's time to take a look at the one and only. Okay, that might be a bit of a stretch, but as Puma released the yellow colorway of their future, they also sneakily gave us an updated version of the one silo, the 18.1, the second generation. And today I'm gonna take a closer look at the tech of this bad boy to tell you guys why this, unlike the 17.1, is actually worth spending your money on. Now, the 18.1 here is actually made up of three main components. The first one being the evoKNIT sock. Because on the 18.1, the sock has been integrated so it's a part of the synthetic upper, giving you a more distractionless one-piece part of your foot sensation. And also Puma engineered it with a thicker and tighter knit to give you a more comfortable feeling around the ankle. And also you can clearly see that this is actually a part of the upper compared to the one on the 17.1, where it's more like a loose shell on the inside of the upper itself. Now, another thing Puma did to the upper on the 18.1 is that they integrated these three support straps on the midfoot to give you lockdown when you pull your laces tight, exactly like they did on the 17.1. Actually, they're basically the very same straps. So in other words, the 18.1 and the 17.1 basically feature the same ingredients, but everything has just been improved and made more integrated on the new generation. But the toe box is where things really change. You see, on the 17.1, a big part of the upper was made with this here piece of calf leather, and the calf leather did okay, but Puma decided that, hey, we're gonna use a smaller piece of leather to only cover the toe box where it really matters, which gave them, as I said, a smaller area to cover and also more money to spend on the quality of the leather. Oh, they did, because this is a premium piece of kangaroo leather that's been tanned in a way so it's very thin but also very, very soft to give you that elegant but also precise touch on the ball. And to make things even better, Puma engineered these little embossed stripes into the toe box to give you more grip and feeling and texture on the ball. Although honestly, I don't see them having a very big effect. But to show you guys how soft it can actually be, this is straight out of the box and relatively soft and pliable, but when you wear them 3 or 4 times, the upper becomes so pliable that buttery soft won't even describe it. It's more like the butter has been in the microwave and already melted. I mean, wow, wow. Looking at the fit side of things, not only is it clear from the get-go that the 18.1 is a lot lighter than the 17.1, weighing in at 200 grams compared to the old 221 grams, but the fit has also clearly improved a lot. It's way more comfortable and feels sleeker around your foot. You get a relatively narrow midfoot and a toe box that is slightly wider, and also the 18.1 runs a little bit long. I'm going true to size here, and as you can see, I've got a little bit more space in the toes than I would have liked to. It's a bit of a shame. What's not a shame though is the K leather on the forefoot. As you can see, it is ridiculously soft. And when I rub my hands over the texture here, I can clearly feel that Puma put an extra bit of stuff in the toe box to give you more texture on the ball. However, I don't really feel it on my foot or when I am on the ball. What you don't notice that much, however, is that the boot is in fact not a one-piece construction, because it's been put together here by this stitch pattern and then covered by a synthetic piece of silicone. But it's not really in the way, you don't notice that it's there, which only means that the Puma 18.1 feels so much better on foot that the 17.1s did. Now, if you flip the 18.1 over, there's not exactly that much new under the sun, because it is in fact the very same P-bax plate that we saw on the 17.1, which means that it is a relatively thin plate that has a stiff mid and forefoot to give you that light and responsive and pretty speedy sensation when you push off. And that's all good, but one thing that I 100% hasn't gotten my head around yet is the placement and the angle of the midfoot studs, because they seem to be decent for actually braking and stopping, which is also pretty important, but for actually pushing off and accelerating and transferring energy aggressively to the ground, well, I don't necessarily see this shape working that well. But maybe they're still working on it? All that sounds very good, but in the end what matters is if you should buy it or not. So in other words, here's a 30-second cop or drop breakdown pep talk. So why should you cop? Well, it gives you an amazing leather forefoot, a lovely fitting sock, a very good combination between comfort and lightweight, and at €200, it's excellent value for money. Why should you drop it then? Well, the shape of the boot is a little bit weird at times, the Soleplate is very stiff, and also I could have done with more lockdown. The result is that I would cop, and it's a big improvement over the 17.1s. But there's still a lot of unrealized potential in the One silo. Because thankfully, the 118.1 is a much more refined package than the 17.1, and if you like leather and lightweight and knit, this is actually not half bad, and to be honest, it's a lot better than I thought it would be, because this was kinda meh. But what do you guys think about the 118.1? You should let me know in the comment section right down below. You can also leave me a like if you love the new boot. Slap a dislike on it if you think it's not that awesome. Also, if you want to know how the 118.1 feels playing on the pitch, you can go and check out the playtest by clicking the video right down here. And you can even go and subscribe to see even more cool football videos almost on a daily basis by clicking up here. And with that said, I'm signing off. Cheerio.